it's Dale here. This is the last of this little series about silk fibres. So I'm going to show you some of the different ones that I like to use. I've talked about tussar and mulberry silk. This is what you call a lap. That's how they come. A lap is actually about 4 times as wide as this, and we cut them across because people don't mostly want that much. So this is a lap. It's Indian Splendor. They're all hand dyed. And that's 148 grams to give you an idea. And we sell them like that on the web. And when you get them, they are around about 150 centimeters long, and there are lots and lots of layers. I'm not always so good with the technical sides, but it just always amazes me how much stuff comes out of little silkworms. And this is, peel off the layers, and you've got enough for scarf. You can trap it in water soluble. You can use it for silk paper making. That's my big piece. This is Brianna. And then, for instance, I've just pulled off some from the top. So it's very fine, and I like it very much for working in Romeo water soluble because I can spread it out into that very ethereal sort of thing. We also sell them as little filigrees because I wind off small amounts because not everyone wants a great big lap. And so you can see them on our website as silk filigree or silk laps. So I will put them, as I said last time, the fibres get caught in my, and I prefer these to hankies actually because I can pull the fibres out. So there are the fibres laid out and in water soluble. And then of course I've got lots here that I have trapped in water soluble and stitch and cut out and re-stitch down and all that sort of thing. And this is a whole lot, quite a thick one, put inside water soluble and really nice and washed out. So it's probably much thicker than I would normally do, but I just wanted to see how it went. It's a pattern on it. And in the soluble, I'll just show you what happens when you wash it out. This is one where I've used it and cut shapes out and re-stitched. And it's so soft when it's washed out. So lovely for scarves because everyone knows that silk breathes so well. And then I've cut the shapes out and re-put them back on. I've talked about that in a previous little video. And again, here's another one where I've done square shapes. I think it's natural for me to do circles, so the squares are a bit messier. And then I will keep them. You might ask what I might do with these, and I'll keep them and cut out bits that I can then apply to other pieces. And on this one, with the blues, I have stitched the laps inside, cut out shapes and reapplied them so you can get dimensional work. I mean, it's wherever your imagination wishes you to. And just taking some of those cutouts from where I've cut out and restitched back, I've just made a big long piece here. So as I said, it's entirely up to where your imagination takes you to. So that's the laps. Then from another previous one, I've put silk fibres. This is a long time ago. This is a scarf that I made maybe 15 years ago. And it's very, very warm. Just lots of circles, wash it. And it's very warm to wear because silk is. And so that's still floating around. But at some stage I might get sick of that and I'll just cut it up and use it because I tend to do those sorts of things. And this is another one where I've put the lap. Here's the lap here. Pulled it all out. Inside 2 layers, I've stitched. And this one I've turned into a little purse so you can just see how fine it is and how soft it is once it washes out. So it can be a useless thing or it can be a serious item that you might produce. And then I also wanted to show you, I showed you a dress I made last time, the green one, and this is one I made a long time ago for Art to Wear. It's been a bit battered, but it's what I called the Virgin Bride because she's all in white. And to make this, people always ask me about it, I've made lots and lots of silk paper with natural colour, and I've wrapped it with things and then reapplied it by hand to netting, see the bridal netting there, and stitched it all up so that and so that's it there. And she had a little bag that she wore as well, the Virgin Bride's bag, but it's all onto netting. As you can see, it's not linkered onto, and I've used fine wire to wrap and stitch and bead and so on. So it's just, again, how frivolous can you be? And finally, I'll just show you what I did with the hanky from last time in the knitting. First, I got one of my knitting and I used my embellishing machine to attach it to part of the hanky that I had. So I stitched with the hanky, the silk hanky. I knitted with the silk hanky, then I reapplied it. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, but you can see it's all been run under the embellishing machine. And then I took my other piece that I had and I joined it together with other bits and pieces and ran it all under the embellishing machine, the needle felting machine, the embellisher, just as a piece that I can use at some stage, cut if I want to. And finally, the little bit of knitting that I did, another little bit of knitting that I did, I made onto silk paper. So that's with silk paper with tussar, and you see the texture of the knitting. And we had a lovely time one year in Istanbul at the Grand Bazaar, buying up lots of little coins, very much so. This is one of my little snapshot memories of the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. So I hope you found those sorts of ideas about silk useful. There's so many things you can do with it. It's such a fabulous fibre to work with. Thanks very much. Have a great day. See you again.